36 to 40 you have 7 institutes, and in each institute you have 6 elements, 6 subjects. So you have so much data, it might take some time. Though it is a table, simple table, but elements are more. 42 numbers ఉన్నాయి. సో కంపారిజన్ జరిగినప్పుడు కొంచెం ఎక్కువ డేటా తీసుకుంటా ఉండాలి, టైం పడుతుంది. జస్ట్ హోల్డ్ ఇట్, నాట్ టఫ్, లిటిల్ టైం టేకింగ్. నెక్స్ట్ 41 to 45, though it has 2 images, first organization, number of employees 1600, next number of male employees 900. For these type of questions, just look at the number, percentage, 13, 22, 18, 11, 16, 5, 15, easy one only. Not in decimal, not in mixed fraction, should be easy. So comparatively table and this one, I prefer Venn diagram, I prefer pie chart, right? Next 46 to 50, income to expenditure given in terms of a number, should be easy one. 6 companies are there, and for each company you have income and expenditure in terms of a number only, should be easy. Next 51 to 55, interpretation. Just look at the data, just have a look. Group of 80 students, each of taking tuition at least one or more subject, math, science, English and Sanskrit, right? And then you will have combination. Combination of the 4 circles, Venn diagram loki velipotadi, leda table straight, easy idi kuda. 56 to 60, data sufficiency 61 to 65. Now if I want to pick the first one, I'll pick 41 to 45. Then 46 to 50, then 51 to 55, then DS, and then 36 to 40. I am giving least preference because I have 42 numbers. Though it is easy, it might consume your time. And then quadratic equation and then number series. Because number series is double number series. If it is a single number series, you can fit in middle anywhere. Next, come on. 31 to 35. Which question? 30. ఎవరికి రాలేదా అంటే క్వశ్చన్ ఏదో తప్పుండి ఉండాలి, అది క్వశ్చన్ ఏదో తప్పుండి ఉంటుంది. సింపుల్ లాజిక్. Anyway, 6x square, let me try this, plus 34x plus 43 is equal to 0. 43 prime number, right? 43 minus 6, 37. No, you will not get it. You will not get combination. 40, if it is 48, 6 into 8, and then 6. 4 into 12, 4, 12, 36, 2, 24, no. If it is 42, 7 into 6, 2 into 21, no. 46 ah, 48 అయితే ఏమొస్తుంది కాంబినేషన్, 6 into 8, 36 plus 8, no, right? 3 into 16, 18, 16, right? 18, 16, then you will get it. If it is 48, then you will get. మిగిలినన్నీ వచ్చేసినాయా? 30, 32, 28x square minus 115x plus 100 is equal to 0. You can write this number as 4 into 7, and this you can write it as 25 4 times. This is 175, no, we will not get it. 100, 20, 25 times. If it is 20 into 5 times, Coming 80, 35. Yes. 4 into 20, 7 into 5. Next 9y square minus 30y plus 21 is equal to 0. This is 3 into 7 and this could be 3 into 3. 9 and then 21. Easy. Okay? Right. Any other combination? Right. 36 to 40. Number of students in different disciplines from different institutions in 2010. 36. Out of the students studying in institution C in commerce discipline, C in commerce, 540. 540. 12% dropped out. Okay. And did not appear in the exam. While out of the students studying in institute E in science, E in science, 560. E in science, 8% dropped out. What is the respective ratio between the dropouts of institute C, commerce discipline, and institute E, science discipline? You are asked about ratio. A is to B or A by B. 0, 0 cancel. 4, 3 times. 4, 2 times. 2, 27 times. That's it, right? No more cancellation. Right. 3 into 27. 81 by 56. 37. Total number of students studying in arts from institute B, C, D together. Arts in B, C, D. Arts candidates in B, C, D. B 580, C 620, D 520. Okay. Together is what percent of the total number of students studying engineering from these institutions together? Right. These are arts candidates and then engineering candidates. Engineering 120, 240, 210. Right. So 580, 20, 600, 600, 600, 1200, 1200, 1700, 20, 1720, and here 500 and then 570. 1720 is what percent of 570 they said. Total number of students studying arts from institutions B, C, D together is what percent of the total number of students studying engineering? Right. So 1720 forms what percent out of 570 they said. So your answer is 1720 by 570 into 100. It is near about how many times? 3 times. More than 3 times or less than 3 times? 3 times of 500, 1500. 73 times 210. Total 1710. And it is more than that. Answer should be more than 300% and there is only one option. Next. 38. Number of students studying in paramedical from institution F. Paramedical institution F. 230. Is approximately what percent of the total number of students studying paramedical from all the institutions together? You need to add everything. Paramedical. Look at the numbers. Wait a minute. Paramedical. So total how many numbers we have? 7 numbers. Out of 7 numbers you can clearly see 5 200s, 100 2 times. So that will be total 200 6 times 1200. So when you add everything, hundreds places you will get 1200. And then let me add tens places, 20, 80, 100. Yes or no? 120, 140, 180, 210, 255, 255. So it becomes 1455. Percentage, so into 100. Approximate percentage they said, I think. Approximate kada? Right. What about 10% of denominator? 145.5. What about 20% then? 291. You need to subtract 61 from this to make it 230. If 20% is 291, 2% will be 29.1. Forget about 0.1. Concentrate 29. If 2% is 29, 4% would be 58. More than that. So you need to subtract more than 4% Hence answer will be less than 16%. As they said approximate, you can go for 16% because 15 is not there. Next 39. What is the difference between the average number of students studying arts, commerce and architecture from institute B and the average of number of students studying engineering, paramedical, architecture from institution G? So this is with respect to B and G. Here also you are going to have 3 numbers and here also you are going to have 3 numbers. From B you need to take arts, commerce and then architecture, and from G engineering, paramedical and then architecture. Let me write those numbers. B, arts 580, commerce 425, architecture 165, and then G engineering 280, and then paramedical last 3 I think, paramedical 240 and then 230. You need to take average of these 3 numbers and then average of these 3 numbers and then you need to go for difference. Instead I will go for difference first and then go for average. 200, 200, 200, 600 over. Still we have 80, 40, 30, 40, 30, 70, 70, 80, 150, subtract 150, subtract 150, wait a minute, 80 gone, still you need to subtract 70, 65 gone, still you need to subtract 5, you have 420. So difference is 420, just go for average divided by 3. How much is that? 140. Next. What is the difference between number of students studying science and commerce from all the institutions together? Science and commerce. Asked about just difference. Instead of adding everything, just go for individual difference and then subtract. For every institute, take the difference. And when you want to take the difference, always subtract commerce candidates from science candidates. This order is very important. Now, what is your first number? 620, 480, difference 140, positive number. Next number, how much is that? 200, next 90, next 80, next minus 20, next minus 40, next plus 5. Amma? Is 110? Third? Third is 110. Right, you have minus 60 here. Let me subtract 60 from 80. I'll have 20 and then I have positive number 5. I'll write 5. Now, we have only 4 numbers. 100, 300, 400, 40, 50, 75. 475 is our difference. Next, 41 to 45. Distribution of employees in various departments of organization 1600 and male candidates are 900. Female candidates will be 700. Now, number of male employees working in operation departments is approximately what percent of the total employees in this department? Male employees in operations. In operations, what percent of male we have? 15% of 900. Now, 15% of 900. These are male employees in our operations department. You need to calculate percentage with respect to total employees in operations. How much is that? 16% of what? 1600. Percentage, right? So into 100. Percentage cancel. 2 zeros cancel. 15 9 times 135. 10 times and then half of it. 16 square 256. Denominator 256 and numerator is 135. Half of your denominator. What do you mean by 50%? Half of this. How much is this? 128. To make it 135, you need to add 7. So answer is more than 50%. Just hold it. What about 10%? 25.6. 1% is 2.56. This would be near about 3%, but less than 3%. Answer is more than 50 but less than 53, but close to 53. How many options? Only one, approximate, so 53 answer. Next, what is the ratio between number of male employees working in HR department and number of female employees working in administrative department respectively? Now, male employees in HR and then female employees in administration. Now, HR male, HR percentage 11% of 900, 900% of 11 also. 900% in the sense 9 times. 9 times of 11 is 99. So numerator is 99. Answer can be either 4th option or 5th option. Because in your answer also, numerator should be factor of 99. First number 25 cannot be a factor of 99, cannot be your answer. Next option 19, that is not a factor of 99. Third option 31 is not a factor of 91. Fourth option 11 is a factor of 99. Fifth option 33 is a factor of 99. As you have two options, you are forced to do it, denominator also. Otherwise, if you have only one number in numerator which is a factor of 99, you need not to calculate denominator. Now, all you get female administrative staff, total staff minus male staff. In administration, you have 15% of 1600. 10% is 160, 5% is half, which is 80, total employees 240. From this you need to subtract male administration staff. 15%, wait a minute, first thing 15% of 1600 minus 15% of 900, that will be 15% of 700. Need not to separately do it. 15% of 700, 10% is 70, 5% is 35, total 105. If you want to write 11 here, you need to divide this number with 9. Then only you will get 11. Yes or no? I am looking at 4th option. You know that answer is either 4th option or 5th option. If you want to write 11 here, you need to divide this number with 9. Is this number divisible by 9? 4th option cannot be your answer. 5th option final answer. Next. 43 out of total number of female employees, 700. What percent are working in Rajbhasha department? Right. So Rajbhasha department employees, how much percent? 5%. And then male employees 4% of 900. 5% of 1600, 80. Minus 4% of 900, 36. How much is this? 44. And you can now say 44 female employees are there who are working in Rajbhasha department. Need to calculate this as a percentage with respect to 700. 2 zeros to zeros cancel. Anyway, numerator is 2-digit number. You can write as 44 by 7. How many times? 6 point something. 6 point something. You have only one option. Fifth one. Fifth option. Next. 44. Out of total number of employees in finance department, what percent of employees in department are female? Right. So finance department, total employees in finance department 18%. What about 1% of that number? 16. 18% is going to be 18 into 16, right? 17 plus 1, 17 minus 1, 17 square minus 1, 289 minus 1, 288. Out of this you need to calculate female percentage. What about male employees? Finance male, 19% of 900 or 900% of 19. One and the same, right? How will you get 19%? 20% minus 1%. 10% of 900 is 90, 20% is 180. 1% is 9. 180 minus 9, 171. 171. So out of 288, 171 are male. What about female? 117. Female are 117. You asked about female percentage. Yes or no? So female candidates are 117 out of 288. And you asked about percentage, so into 100. Look at your options. Options are very close to 40 and 50. Let me go for 50% first. What about 50% of denominator? 144, which is less than that. Answer is less than 50%. How much you need to subtract from this to make it 117? 27. You need to subtract 27. Yes or no? What about 10%? 28. You need to subtract near about 10%. The answer is very close to 40%. Look at your options. How many are there? Only one. 41%. Third option. 45. By how much is the number of male employees working in legal department more than number of female employees working in that department? Fine. Legal department candidates, total candidates in legal department 11% of 1600, and male employees are 12% of 900. 11% of this, 10% is 160, 1% is 16, total 176. And male candidates are 12% of this number. 10% is 90, 1% is 9, 2% is 18. 108. So what about female then? Difference of these two. Instead of 108, subtract 110, add 2. Subtract 110, 66 plus 2, 68. And you are asked about difference of this 40. Difference of male candidates and female candidates. Next, 46 to 50. Income and expenditure of 6 companies in lakhs in 2012, 2011. Next, 46, if the total expenditure of company D in 2010 was 2 crores. You are given information in terms of lakhs, right? 2 crores is equal to 200 lakhs. This is expenditure in 2010 for company D, which is 80% of its income. If 80% is this much, income will be 100%. Yes or no? And you are given this is 80%. And to calculate income, you need to calculate 100%. In the sense, you need to add 1/4. How much you need to add to make it 100? 20. How will you get 20 from this number? 1/4 of this. 1/4 of this, 50. Add 50 to this number, that gives you 250. So you know income and expenditure in 2010. And what is your question? What was the percentage rise or fall in its income from 2010 to 2011? In 2011 for company D, what about income? 350. 350. Increased or decreased? Increased. By how much? 100. From where? 250 into 100. 10% is 25. 20% is 50. 40% is 100. So what percent increase we have? 40%. 40% rise. If the average income of all the companies together in 2012 are estimated to be 4.5 crores, 4.5 crores, 450 lakhs. By what percentage the income of all the companies together can be estimated to increase from 2011 to 2012? So for this question you need to know total income of all companies in 2011. In 2012 you are given total income as 4.5 crores, which will be 450 lakhs. And income of all those companies, income is the first one, right? 250. Just follow the line. Just follow the line. 250, 550, 750, 1100, 1500, 1950. 1950 lakhs, right? Astuna. 1950 lakhs. And what is this? You are given average. Average for how many companies? 6 companies. 6 companies. So instead of dividing this number with 6, because again it takes some time, or else if you are interested, just convert this to average, or otherwise convert this to total. Either okati cheyali. 6 3 times, 2 times, 5 times. So total 3, 25. To make it 450, you need to add 125 from 325. Percentage, right? So into 100. 10% of denominator, 32.5. 20%, 65. 40%, 130. To make it 125, you need to subtract 5. What about 1% of denominator? 3.25. 2% is 6.5. You need to subtract more than 1% but less than 2%. So answer will be less than 39% but more than 38%, because you need to subtract more than 1% and less than 2%. Answer will be in between 38 and then 39%. How many options are there? Any? Rendu naya. Again, but still. What is 1%? Denominator 3.25. What about 2%? 6.5. How much you need to subtract? Which is far more than 3.25 but very close to 6.5. Yes or no? What is difference between 3.25 and 5? 1.75. 1.75. And difference between 6.5 and 5 is 1.5. So that is close to 2%. Yes or no? So close to 2% in the sense answer should be close to 38%. 38%. Oh, rendu దగ్గరగానే ఉన్నాయి కదా. అర్థమైంది. Okay. I was thinking something. Now you need to identify 5 forms what percent. Come on. You need to subtract 5. Then it becomes 125. 2% is 6.25. From this you need to subtract 1.5. Then it gives you 5. If 2% is 6.5, what about 0.2%? 0.2%, 0.65. What about 0.4%? 1.3. 1.3. So you need to subtract more than 0.4%. More than 0.4. So in the sense you need to subtract less than 1.6%. If you subtract less than 1.6% from this, you will get 48.4 something. Adele. Next. If profit earned is equal to the income minus expenditure, you know that point, they need not to mention. What is the percentage of profit earned by company C in 2011? Company C, what is profit? 50. From where? 150. 50 out of 150 is 1/3, which is 33, 1/3%. 49. By what percentage is the expenditure of company E more than the expenditure of company A? Expenditure, the square one. E 350, A 200. 350 is 150 more than 200, which is 75%. 3/4, right? 3/4, 75%. What is the respective ratio between average income of all companies together and average expenditure of all companies together? Income to expenditure. Income and then expenditure. You're asked about average. So total income divided by 6 and total expenditure divided by 6. Divided by 6 divided by 6 is common in both numerator and denominator, hence you need not to calculate. Let's just go for total income. Total income. Total income ఇంతకు ముందు చేసాం కదా ఆల్రెడీ. 1950, which is a 4-digit number. It is a bit difficult to identify factors. అన్నీ వస్తూ ఉంటాయి, ఎక్కువ వస్తాయి, పెద్ద నెంబర్ కాబట్టి మోర్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. సో డోంట్ వెరిఫై ఆప్షన్స్, లెట్స్ ట్రై టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్. రైట్. 200, 450, 600, 850, 1200, 1550. 0, 0 cancel. Cancellation with 5. 3 times, 9 times. How many options are there? 2. 31. Next 51 to 55. In a group of 80 students, each one is taking tuition in at least one subject out of math, science, English and Sanskrit. 12.5% student take tuition only in science. Only science, 12.5%. 15% tuition only in maths. 10% only in English. 5% only in Sanskrit. 16 students take tuition only maths and science. 7 students maths and English. 9 students science and English. 3 students, first 4 values are percentages. Be careful. Maths and Sanskrit. And then 4 students, Sanskrit and English. 4 students, maths, science, English. And the remaining student take tuition in all. Remaining. What is total number of candidates here? 80. Out of 80, 12.5% in the sense 1/8. 1/8 in the sense 10. Out of 80, 10% is 8. 15% is 12. 10% is 8. 5% is 4. Now let's add everything. 8, 18, 30, 42, 58, 65, 74, 77. Remaining 3. So these 3 candidates took coaching in science, maths, English, Sanskrit. Write like this. And then start. 51. Don't try to make it in Venn diagram. Need not required. Just go for it. What is the respective ratio between total number of students taking tuition in English and science respectively? English and science. English, wherever you have E, consider that number. First 3, how much is that? 11, 19, 26, 35. By something. Look at your first number. Again 3 are there. 7 is factor, 5 is factor. You have 3 options, so you will have to do it. The other one is science. Yes. Yes, A represents Sanskrit. Yes represents science. 7, 17, 33, 42. That's it. Cancellation with 7. 5 times, 6 times. 5 by 6, 5 is to 6. What is the difference between number of students taking tuition in English and Sanskrit? English and Sanskrit. You asked about difference. Let's go for first English and Sanskrit. Wait a minute. Here you have English and Sanskrit. If you consider this in both, will you get any difference? So you need not to consider this. English, don't consider this. Wherever English and Sanskrit both are there, you need not to consider, because there won't be any difference. English and Sanskrit, where we have? You have here, need not to consider. That's it. Now, consider English. 4, 12, 19, 28. English is 28 and then Sanskrit. Sanskrit hai kada? Yes, see. 4, 7. That's it. What is difference? 21. See, if you consider these 2 values also, these 2 values comes here and here. Again you are taking difference. There won't be any difference. So no meaning in considering those 2 values. లేదంటే కొద్ది క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ పెరుగుద్ది అంతే, అంతకు మించి ఏం కాదు. ఆన్సర్ అదే వస్తుంది. 21 is your answer. How many students take tuition in maths? They said maths. Wherever you have m, consider that. 7, 19, 35, 42, 45. Right? Next. How many students take tuition both in maths and or English? But not science and Sanskrit. But not science and Sanskrit. You are not supposed to consider science and Sanskrit. Wherever you have yes or SA, don't consider that. Don't take this, don't take this, don't take this, don't take this. No, no, no. Last two. You can consider 7, 15, 27. That's it. Wherever you have yes or SA, science or Sanskrit, you are not supposed to pick that. How much is our number? 27. How many students do not take tuition in science? Do not take tuition in science. You are not supposed to take yes value. Yes unte teeskokodu. Don't take this, don't take this, this one, last but one. You can add remaining values. 7, 3, 10, 14, 22, 34, 38, 38. Over? Right. (56) What are Radhika's marks in history? Radhika's total marks in history, geography, science are 350. Now from that you cannot calculate history marks alone. Second one, Radhika's average marks in history and geography is 125. Using 2 alone you will not get it. Using 1 and 2 also you will not get it. Third one, Radhika's average marks in geography and science is 115. Using 3 alone you will not get it. Using 1 and 3? Yes. Using 2 and 3? No. So you will get your answer using 1 and 3 alone. 1 and 3 only. Second option. Second option. Next 57. What is Ramakant's percentage? Ratio between percentages of Ramakant and Rajesh is 3:4. Using the ratio you cannot get number. Unless and until if you know sum of their ages or Rajesh age. Next. Sum of percentages of Ramakant and Rajesh is 35. Using 2 alone you will not get it. Using 1 and 2? Yes. So 1 and 2 will give you answer. But still you have third one also. Let's see that. Difference between percentages of Ramakant and Rajesh is 5 years. Using 3 alone will you get your answer? No. Using 1 and 3? Yes. So 1 and 3 also will give you answer. Using 2 and 3? Using 2 and 3? No. Will you get answer or not? Those who said yes. Who is elder out of Ramakant and Rajesh? Those who said you will get answer from 2 and 3 together. Who is elder out of Ramakant and Rajesh? Can you decide? Will you get answer? No, you will not get it. You will not get answer using 2 and 3 because you doesn't know who is elder. Elder evaro cheppalem. They said difference. Difference can be A minus B or B minus A. Right? Hence you will get answer from 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. Which option? First either only 1 and 2 or only 1 and 3. The same data can be represented as only 1 and either 2 or 3. మీకు ఇచ్చిన ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్లో ఉన్న ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ని ఇలా కూడా ఇవ్వచ్చు. యూ విల్ గెట్ ఆన్సర్ 1 and either 2 or 3 in the sense 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. Only using 1 and 2 or only using 1 and 3. Meaning statement idi. Clear? Right. Next. '58. What is the area of parallelogram? Right, my strong area. I'll go to 59. Parallelogram చాలు ఇంకా అసలు వర్డ్ చాలు నాకంతే. I think you know how to do it. నేర్చుకోకపోతే మీరు నాలా తయారవుతారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సారా. వాట్ ఆర్ యూ టాకింగ్? 59. How many boys are studying in English medium school offering education in English medium and vernacular medium? Right. So you need to calculate number of boys in two different mediums, English medium and then vernacular medium. Out of these two mediums you need to calculate total number of boys, right? So boys from English medium and boys from vernacular medium, you need to know both. That's what your question. How many boys are studying in English medium? Wait a minute, I am confused. How many boys are studying in English medium in a school offering education in English medium and vernacular? Right. Sorry. You need to calculate number of boys studying in English medium in a school which offers English and vernacular medium. You need not worry about it. You just need to know how many boys are there in English medium school. Right? Now, first one, number of students studying in English medium is 3/4 of number of students studying in vernacular. Will you get answer from this? This is about total number of students, right? Not about the gender, not any particular gender. This is about total students. So total students in English medium are equal to 3/4 of students in vernacular medium. There is no specific gender case here, so you will not get answer from one alone. Next, 2. Ratio between number of boys and number of girls studying in English medium is 5:4. In English medium, ratio between boys to girls is 5:4. And in other one, ratio is given as 4:5. So first of all, what is your question? You need to calculate number of boys. In the sense, you need to give answer in terms of integer. Do you have total integer here? No, comparison only. Do you have integer here? No, comparison only. So even if you include 1 and 2, you will not get your answer. Simple logic. Next, third one. Number of students in a school is 500. So total English medium students and vernacular medium students are equal to 500. So first of all, you need to have third option. Definitely third option is required. And for segregation between English medium students and vernacular medium students, you need to have comparison between these two. So that is given in 1. So this is required and this is required. But your question is about number of boys, gender specific. Gender is not there. Gender is not there. Here you have gender specific. So you also need second one. All are required to answer the question. 68. What is the rate of interest percentage per annum? You are asked about R value, rate percent, R. An amount doubles itself in 5 years at simple interest. Amount doubles itself. Principal doubles itself in 5 years. How much is interest obtained in this case? 100%. In how many years? Per year? Per annum. R value. Will you get answer or not? 1 alone is sufficient. Next, second one. Simple interest earned on 35,000 in 4 years is 28,000. What is your principal? 35,000. And simple interest for 4 years is 28,000. Can't you calculate simple interest per year? How much? 7,000. You have simple interest per year. You also have principal. Will you get R value or not? Yes, using 2 alone also you will get it. Next, third one. Difference between compound interest and simple interest earned in 2 years is 1400. Will you get answer from 3 alone? No. No. Those who said yes, can you tell me how? I am a poor fellow, I am unable to calculate. Can you tell me how? If you are given difference between simple interest and compound interest for 2 years, principal P is equal to D into 100 by R whole square. You are asked about R value. So you need to know difference and do you know principal? Do you know principal? Will you get R value? No. Will not get R value. If you are getting answer from 2 alone, there is no point in combining 2 and 3. When you are getting answer from 2 alone, there is no point in combining 2 and 3. ఎందుకంటే ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఇక్కడ ఉంది కదా, ఈ ప్రిన్సిపల్ తీసుకొచ్చి కింద పెట్టేసుకుంటే 2, 3 కలిపితే ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది కదా అని కలపాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. అర్థమైందా? రైట్, 1 alone or 2 alone. First option answer. Right?